Oh, thank goodness! Thank goodness! I've been so worried. I had no idea where you were, if you were safe.
And I am sorry. I've been on the run, hiding in one corner of Florem or the next.
Since the day the darkness took the crystals?
Darkness? You speak of what happened a few weeks ago? No, I've been a fugitive for longer. Years now.
What? But I don't... Whatever for?
Florem maintains a show of stability and peace, but it's been home to harsh persecution. Crystallists are rounded up. Any who struggle are killed. I nearly joined them more than once.
Persecution? At whose hands?
Any under the banner of the Bloody Rose. The fields have run red since the day they appeared.
The Blood Rose Legion.
I thought to smuggle the faithful to safety, but I am one woman alone.
I too nearly died by the hands of the Duchy in Kaldisla.
I feared as much. I know not the cause of the violent hate they bear us, but it exists. But come, seeing you again like this is a happy occasion. We've both survived. In truth, I had begun to doubt such a reunion would ever come to pass.
Have you had some cause to lose hope?
The Vestal of Fire is dead. I heard it from a member of the Blood Rose Legion.
Are you certain? Oh, this is terrible!
No! Then that means you two are the only ones still able to awaken the crystals!
Awaken? What does she mean? And what is she?
Don't eye me like I'm some kind of monster! I'm a Crystal Fairy!
Olivia, we Vestals are the only ones able to dispel the evil shadow spreading over the land. And to do that, to fill the great chasm, all 4 crystals must be awakened.
I see. In my seclusion, I had no idea. You fought so hard, Agnes. How my little crybaby friend has grown. I've cried enough as well. The task ahead was insurmountable alone, but together, we can do this. I cannot hope to lead anyone by continuing to flee. Those believers who remain need comfort, hope, and the world needs our aid. I'm coming with you, Agnes.
Olivia, thank you. I'll be tenfold braver with you at my side.
Then let us begin at the Temple of...
Your little game of hide-and-seek is at its end.
Who?
That little girl took the festival crown. Why is she here?
Could it be... we were followed?
The witch, Victoria. I remember now. She sits upon the Council of 6, leaders of the Eternian forces.
What?
You Vestals have run quite out of hand at late. I shall see your running ends here.
Look out! Agnes!
No! Olivia! It was me! That was meant for me!
It was meant for the both of you. How irritating.
Olivia! Please, no! Olivia!
Let this be a nightmare.
Be careful. The witch is a greater foe than we can hope to defeat.
Oh, bother.
Another?
You're late, Victor. I started without you.
So you have. Our purpose was to be the capture of the Vestals. But I fear you've overdone it. Not that it especially matters.
You know how I detest holding back. Temperance is so dull. They're like little dolls. One good twist and up pops their head.
You are ever demanding of your toys, Victoria.
I grow bored, Victor.
Then, shall we conclude?
Erase all but the water vessel. The rest?
Victoria? Victoria! Of course, it would have to be now. I fear we must adjourn. My apologies.
Did we win? No. They let us go?
Olivia! Please, hold on! You can't! Why did you? We'd only just met again!
You are always quick to tears. I need to keep close watch. I'm sorry. As you say, we just... after so long. Please, I leave my duties to you. Awaken the water crystal.
I can't! I need you, Olivia! I can't do this alone! I can't do this.
You can. You will. I know. You can. Only you. Only.
Olivia! Open your eyes! Please! Open your eyes! You're the only one! My only friend! Don't leave me! Please! Don't leave! I need you! Olivia!
Why did this have to happen? It's not right!
It's too cruel. It feels like my heart's been torn up into ribbons. It's too sad. But where do we go from here? You're the only Vestal left, Agnes. Can you do it? I'm so sorry to ask this of you now, but there's no other way. So I'm asking you, awaken the 4 crystals before the world is swallowed completely. It's what Olivia wanted. She said you could do it. Only you. So please, save this world, Agnes.
Olivia lies dead because of me. The same as the acolytes of the Temple of Wind, the night the darkness struck. Why do they all hurry to leave me so? Why is it always me left behind? They're all leaving. Everyone I ever knew. Vanishing forever. Why am I even...
Agnes, I don't know the words to comfort you. But I want to say this at least. You have us. Always.
I will do it. There's no one else left.
It's late for a lady to be wandering about. Shall I walk you home?
It wasn't enough. The hairpin, the dye. I used them both. But it's not enough. More. I need more. I can be prettier. Have to be. He laughed his smug laugh as he said it. I'm a secret beauty potion. But it wasn't enough. It's not enough. Red hair left the basement. None of it lasts. Potion wasn't enough. Basement. So dank. I woke up and screamed. More! I need more!
What do you make of all that?
I pride myself on understanding women. But she had even me at a loss.
Hey! Isn't that the...
Come, we're following him. I intend to see this so-called technique for myself.
Why do I have to come?
So exhausted. I didn't sleep a wink. Someone, give me a lap to lie in. Need sleep. something isn't right.
The air is charged. It's totally different from before.
Look, there, in the crystal! Rusalka! That's Rusalka, purveyor of doom!
It's the same as the last time.
We can't awaken the crystal until we're rid of the beast, Agnes!
Then I have no choice. I must do this!
the right. All set, Agnes? I'll go over the process for the ritual once more, just to be sure. To awaken it, you must set your own life force to resonate with the crystal's natural rhythm. Focus your prayers on the crystal and don't stop, Agnes. If it works as it should, we'll soon see dramatic results. I know I said it before, but be sure you don't stop before it's done. Keep praying until I give the signal to stop, no matter what. The flow of the crystal's energy could reverse and explode out of control. Is all of that clear, Agnes?
I understand. You needn't repeat yourself.
Agnes!
If it does go berserk, do we get a second chance at the ritual?
No second chances, which is why it's so important you all stay out. All right, Agnes, let's begin.
Right.
Not yet! Just a little longer! More! Keep going! Still not enough! You can do this! Stop! That's it! Yes! It's done! The water crystal is awakened! You did amazing, Agnes!
Agnes! Are you alright? She's completely exhausted.
I'm fine. No cause for worry. That makes 2 crystals.
We're halfway there.
Agnes, you need to rest. You've been pushing yourself this whole time.
I told you. I'm fine. Please, spare me your concern. I have to do this. I have to do it alone.
Lady Matriarch, the sea! Its waters are clearing!
Oh, it's the guidance of the Vestal. Praise be to her. Lady Vestal, the oceans herald your return to us. I take it for a sign the water crystal, too, is returned to its pure state. What joy! And the Vestal of water, is she not with you as well?
Olivia Oblige, Vestal of Water, has given her life in the service of the crystals.
No, but that can't. I had thought certainly the clearing waters were her doing. Lost to us, gone from this world. What is Florem to do now? But I fear chaos still grips this land, and I am unfit to quell it alone. I beg you will forgive my presumption. Please, Stay here. We need your guidance.
My duty now takes me elsewhere. The crystals of fire and earth remain in shadow. They are my responsibility.
Yes, yes, of course. I have asked too much. Forgive me.
Not at all.
Well, I, for one, can't forgive the Blood Rose Legion. They're at the top of my list.
And mine, I assure you. But the crystals must come first. You agree, Aerie?
Of course!
Might I ask where your travels take you next, Lady Vestal?
I was told the Vestal of Fire is deceased. I must hurry to the fire crystal's side.
I see. Then beyond the sea, to Eisenberg and the Temple of Fire. If you follow the waters west of here, ever west, you will find it. First, cross the Miasma Woods, then to the shore of the inner sea. I shall make a mark of it upon your map. The seas are only newly tamed, and the journey is long. I pray you will be safe.
Hey, isn't that the...
Come, we're following him. I intend to see this so-called technique for myself.
Why do I have to come?
You look positively ragged. Still obsessing over what that red fellow said?
There's something about him, something shady. We tailed him, and he just vanished.
Sure you didn't just botch the attempt? I'm sure you're an old hand at chasing skirts, but you've no talent for tracking middle-aged men. Right. This looks like a woman's job. He seems the type to leave a trail of broken women behind him. I'll judge him for myself.
Don't. Please. I don't want you going near him. Just the thought of you and him.
I'll thank you not to fantasize. Besides, have some faith. Do I seem the type to fall for a washed-up philanderer? I'll just put on a little act and see what his game really is.
But how?
Well, first...
It's the one from the Sage's collection.
The Bravo Bikini, wasn't it? I didn't realize Adia had it.
One glance can tell you it doesn't fit. Clearly, the woman is fearless.
Are we sure this is wise? It might attract the wrong attention.
I told her to scream if anything happens. We have to trust her.
Hey, they're gone!
But I didn't hear a peep, let alone a scream.
In any case, we have to find her.
Have a look at this. Something is caught between the paving stones.
It's a scrap of the bikini. A hidden passage, then? I knew it! That explains the disappearing act. Agnes, follow me! And don't leave my side, no matter what.
Why do you say that?
Women are fickle beasts.
Come again?
Well, are we going in? I don't see the red man down here.
Secret passages, and now this?
What is all this? It's all machines and laboratory tools. And row after row of those vials.
There! Idea!
She's breathing. Knocked out, but otherwise fine, thankfully.
All these women left here unconscious. We have to free them from this place.
Ah, but that would put me in quite the bind.
It's the old red man!
Now that is unfortunate. Red is a fine nickname, but you've gone and butchered it.
I'll ask this once. What have you done to Idea?
Ha, I gave you fair warning, boy. Said I'd have her in my pocket, didn't I? I'm telling you, it's all in the technique and the technology. Take that device there. So it churns out a little toxin called pheromore, see?
Toxin?
As in poison, yes. Follow along. You mix pheromore with Nidafix. And this cologne is born. Give it a little spray around the collarbone. Can't imagine the stuff is good for you, but my, is it effective. Any woman within arm's reach falls for me. Guaranteed. A slave to my every word. So yes, there's a chemical technique to start.
Why do this? To attract women? Why imprison them here, then? What are you really after?
Simple. The Red always has his eye out for women that might prove useful. Ladies in the right places to help me climb my way to the top. Once I spot them, it's just a matter of making them fall for me. That part's easy. Then they do my work for me. Whatever I say. Recruitment technique? Check.
That's it then. All this for some lazy ambition?
Now, don't get ahead of yourself, boy. What goes into that machine there? The women. It extracts the toxins from the seduced women to make cologne to seduce more women. Rinse, repeat. There's a fine technique for bringing down a nation.
What? You can't. Who are you?
Hush, darling. Red still has the floor. Now, I never forget a lady's face. Ever. It's my gift. I knew yours in an instant. Imagine my surprise seeing not one, but 2 golden geese trundling along behind you. How you saw them as anything but an opportunity I'll never know. Were I in your shoes, boy, I'd use every trick of the trade to make them fall for me. Once they're in love, they're yours. You've won. For women are creatures of emotion, my friend. Bar wench or Grand Duchess, a gal in love will give anything, do anything for the man she loves.
And her wishes, her identity? These mean nothing to you?
Does a carpenter care for the wishes of his hammer? Tools ill have need of identities. Regardless, your capture will be my ticket to riches and glory, and I thank you for that. A traitorous runaway and a wanted witch. I can think of no 2 finer instruments.
He's Eternian. Are you with the Legion?
Quiet in the back, thank you. Where was I? Ah, yes. Techniques for getting ahead. Use every tool in reach till it crumbles to dust. That's how a man succeeds. A dandy.
A man who would call a woman his tool is no man. My friends will suffer no further insults.
Since you're clearly incapable of managing my nickname, let's make this formal. I am captain of the Eternian Forces Blood Bros Legion, Red Mage Fiore DeRosa. Seems a tool used wrong makes a fine weapon.
Then what? In the end, he went to all these lengths just to use women?
Have to wonder whether a more direct approach might not have been more effective.
Look here, at these papers. I imagine they're his writing.
Reports. They're awfully thick.
Thank you for coming to my rescue, all of you. I was careless.
Ringabel led the charge the whole way. Direct your thanks at him.
Thank you, Ringabel. You're squarely on the white as the driven snow list for today.
Appreciated. Come to think of it, that suit is the wrong size for you. You're liable to...
Excuse me? Just what is that supposed to mean?
Why are you upset? It's a simple fact that the size isn't...
Ugh! I'm moving you to my dead to me list.
It opened!
Seems this is the spot mentioned in that memo we found.
This is the royal palace.
Shh! Someone's coming.
Blast it! Blast it! Blast it all!
Calm down.
How do you expect me to be calm? This is all the fault of that girl! From the moment the vessel returned, every cog in my plans is spun out of place. And the merchantry, that incompetent profiteur's failures threatened to bring everything crashing down. And after the lengths I went to in giving him all he could possibly need, and for what? A net negative. Time and again, that oil-slick little rat assured me all was going to plan. And like a fool, I trusted him with everything! With claiming the wells, inflating the price of water, that bungled arrangement with the thieves, I gave the merchantry free rein.
The plan was sound. Have the merchantry cut off the water supply, eroding the people's resolve. Mandate heavy labor, for the good of the kingdom, of course, to sow further dissent. Ansheim was a powder keg. Any spark would do. Some trifling grievance to turn the brunt of all that build-up frustration on the Vestal. The Orthodoxy's lingering hold on the people's hearts and minds would be broken, and the age of anti-crystalism would begin.
As well it must! The unwashed masses' superstitious love of the crystals is an iron weight holding mankind back from true progress. Only by dashing to the ground their faith in these stones and the Vestals can my vision for Ansheim's advancement be realized. A glorious new era is right before our eyes. It was so nearly within reach, and now my plan is ruined. Why, Khint? How has this happened? Now the rabble will listen to none but the Vestal. Ooh, it's a complete disaster. I should never have relied on an ignoramus like Profiteur. My plan was perfect.
That reliance on your scheming was the reason it failed. Meanwhile, the Vestal speaks without a thought in her head. There's your why.
The question was rhetorical, Spellfencer! But very well. If finesse has failed, so be it. I'll kill the girl and lay claim to the crystal. With that done, the winds will be at my fingertips. I can power the turbines or control the miasma as I see fit.
Your Highness is ever the optimist. Are you so confident this new plan will fare better, Time Mage?
It must! The people must be shown that the Vestal has no place in my new reign, or in the future of Ansheim!
Unacceptable! Please disgrace your crown no further!
What? This isn't... How are you here?
Regardless, I am here! I heard everything!
Seems this scandal goes all the way up.
I knew you were an unpleasant man, but this is outright evil.
For a king to wish suffering on his own people? This cannot stand!
And just what did you supposedly hear? What new slander is this?
You're a poor actor, King.
You have some proof, then? Some evidence to show that I made these comments? Ha!
He's like a child caught in a lie.
No, of course no such proof exists. I know you lot are plotting to tear me from the throne, but it won't work. It won't!
As it happens, we do have proof. But I don't expect we'll have need of it. Ask yourself this. Given your word against the Vestals, which do you think the people will believe?
Have you no shame? No sense of duty to those you rule?
You! You! This is all you're doing, Vestal. If you weren't here, none of this would... Yes! You can't be here any longer. Can't be anywhere, in fact. Your final silence will be the fanfare that heralds my renewed reign.
It seems the man's beyond remorse.
Spellfencer Sigma Khint, name your price. Empty the kingdom's coffers if you like. Whatever it takes, I want these vermin dead!
I pick my clients for their pocketbooks, not their moral fiber. I'll not grow scruples now. You have a deal, King, for as long as your riches hold.
What? You aren't running this time?
A contract is a contract, and many's the coin I earned under the king's auspices. It's not in my nature, but I'm prepared to die for this one. Very well. Only fitting that money should be my end. My goal is met. I've no reason to earn another coin. No reason.
Kid! This isn't happening! Is there no one else?
I see. I regret my failure to see through the former king's misdeeds. It seems the people of Ansheim are once more in your debt, Lady Vestal. On their behalf, I thank you.
Where will the kingdom go from here? How will it function in the absence of its king?
I will take up the mantle of governance for the time being, though that is no lasting solution. Ansheim will have to change. With luck, it will become a land led by its people for the benefit of all. What is certain is that it will ever be a welcome home to you and your companions, Lady Vestal. We will pray for your safe journey. Go, and bring your light to all the world.
Shall I cast off then?
Please.
Dark mood for a nice day's sailing.
Agnes, forgive me.
For what?
What happened to Olivia? I am partly to blame.
You may have fought for the duchy, but you've nothing to do with the one who killed Olivia.
But I do. That monster, the one they call the witch, Victoria. I knew of her.
Just who are you, Adia? Before, when that man attacked, Alternus, you knew him. Better than a simple soldier of the Sky Knights ought.
I hadn't intended to hide who I am, but I should have told you sooner. My father is Grand Marshal of the Eternian Forces, leader of the Council of Six.
What?
If the council is in charge, and he leads the council, your father's the head of the whole duchy!
Then the order to assassinate the Vestal of Water came from your father?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't blame you if you blame me for it, though.
You don't... You intend to stand there and feign heartache and innocence both? Perhaps it was you who communicated Olivia's hiding place to the Duchy!
That's not... I wouldn't!
Perhaps you were a spy this whole time, deceiving us even now!
Anya, stop! We fought this far together. That means something. Don't doubt it.
Excuse me. I need rest. I ask that you leave me alone a while.
We're crossing into open water. Ah, over here, everyone! Feast your eyes upon this!
What's the matter?
Oh...
Oh my...